In 1901, a group of sponge divers made one of the most shocking discoveries in history. Hidden beneath the waves, inside a 2,000-year-old Greek shipwreck, they found a strange, corroded lump of metal. At first, it looked like nothing more than a pile of rusted gears. But when scientists finally examined it, they realized something impossible. This ancient artifact was a mechanical computer built over 2,000 years ago. It's called the Antikythera Mechanism, and it's unlike anything else from the ancient world. This intricate device, made of bronze gears and dials, could predict eclipses, track planetary movements, and even map out the cycles of the ancient Olympic Games. It was so advanced that nothing like it would be built again for over 1,500 years. So, how did the ancient Greeks create such a complex machine? And could this be evidence of lost technology? Knowledge that somehow disappeared from history? The deeper we look into this ancient mystery, the more we realize history may not be what we think. It all started in the year 1900. A group of Greek sponge divers, searching for valuable sea sponges, found themselves caught in a violent storm near the tiny island of Antikythera. To escape the rough waters, they anchored near the island and decided to explore the seabed. What they found would rewrite history. One of the divers, Elias Stadiatis, descended into the deep and discovered something incredible: the remains of an ancient shipwreck, buried under centuries of coral and debris. Scattered across the seafloor were bronze statues, marble sculptures, coins, and pottery. But hidden among these treasures was something far stranger: a lump of corroded metal, covered in barnacles and barely recognizable. At first, no one thought much of it. It was sent to the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, where it sat untouched for years. But in 1902, an archaeologist named Valerios Stais took a closer look and noticed something shocking. The corroded metal wasn't just a random artifact. It had gears. This was not a statue. It was a machine, one far more advanced than anyone believed possible for the ancient world. The discovery of the Antikythera mechanism shocked historians. Ancient Greece was known for its philosophy, architecture, and art. But no one imagined they had technology this complex. The mechanism had more than 30 interlocking gears, precision cut from bronze, arranged in a way that suggested a deep understanding of astronomy and mechanics. Some even compared its complexity to a 19th century clock. But this device was built over 2,000 years ago. Even more surprising, nothing like it was found in the historical record. If the Greeks were capable of building such machines, why weren't there more? Some researchers believe this could be evidence of lost technology, a glimpse into an era of innovation that vanished from history. Others think it was an isolated masterpiece, created by a single genius whose work was lost when the Roman Empire collapsed. But the real question was, what exactly did this machine do? For decades, no one knew exactly what this mysterious device was used for. It was too advanced for its time, too intricate to be a simple tool. Scientists struggled to make sense of the gears, the dials, and the faded inscriptions covering its surface. But as technology advanced, researchers were able to scan and reconstruct the mechanism, unlocking its secrets one piece at a time. What they discovered was astonishing. This was no ordinary machine. It was an ancient astronomical calculator. The Antikythera mechanism was designed to predict the positions of the Sun, the Moon, and even the 5 known planets of the time: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. By turning a small crank, the user could move the gears, allowing them to see the exact location of celestial bodies on any given date. This was not just a tool for telling time. It was a machine that allowed ancient astronomers to map the movement of the heavens with incredible precision. One of its most impressive features was its ability to account for the irregular motion of the moon. The Greeks had discovered that the moon's orbit wasn't perfectly circular. It varied slightly due to the gravitational pull of Earth. The Antikythera Mechanism had a special gear system designed to mimic this variation, something that wouldn't be seen in European clockwork until the 16th century. If this knowledge existed in ancient Greece, it raises an even bigger question. Who built it? And how much did they really understand about the cosmos? The device didn't just track the movement of the planets. It also predicted solar and lunar eclipses, using a system known as the Saros cycle, a method still used by astronomers today. By turning the dial to a specific date, the user could determine whether there would be a solar or lunar eclipse, and even estimate its color and intensity. This was crucial information for ancient societies, who saw eclipses as powerful omens. But there was another unexpected feature hidden in the mechanism. Alongside its astronomical functions, the Antikythera Mechanism also tracked the cycles of the ancient Olympic Games. Every 4 years, the dials would mark the timing of the most important sporting event in Greece, ensuring that athletes, spectators, and city-states could prepare for the legendary competition. This revealed something crucial about the device. It wasn't just for scientists or scholars. It was meant for practical use, possibly by sailors, navigators, or even government officials. But how did the ancient Greeks develop something so sophisticated? And more importantly, what happened to this technology after the Antikythera Mechanism was lost? For centuries, the Antikythera Mechanism remained a mystery. Its gears were so corroded and fused together that no one could figure out exactly how it worked. But as technology advanced, researchers finally had the tools to peer inside the device without damaging it. And what they found was astonishing. In the 1950s, British science historian Derek de Solla Price was one of the first to take a serious interest in the device. He proposed that it was an ancient astronomical computer, but at the time, there was no way to prove it. Then, in the early 2000s, a breakthrough came. Scientists used X-ray and CT scanning to look inside the mechanism. What they found was incredible. The mechanism contained at least 30 precision-cut bronze gears, far more advanced than anything previously known from the ancient world. It had ancient Greek inscriptions, which described its functions and how it should be used. And the arrangement of the gears matched the movements of celestial bodies, confirming that it was designed to predict astronomical events. This was the most advanced mechanical device of the ancient world, centuries ahead of its time. With the help of modern computers, researchers have built fully functioning replicas of the Antikythera Mechanism. These reconstructions prove that the device could accurately track the positions of the sun, moon, and planets, as well as predict eclipses with remarkable precision. In 2021, a team from University College London successfully recreated the gear system, solving one of the biggest mysteries: how the ancient Greeks designed a system that modeled the entire known universe with moving parts. This discovery has forced historians to rethink what they believed about ancient technology. And if the Greeks were capable of creating a machine this sophisticated, what else could they have built? The Antikythera Mechanism changed everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. But it also raised an even bigger question. How was such an advanced device created in a time when technology was supposed to be primitive? Some researchers believe the answer lies in lost knowledge. Others argue that this was a one-time invention, created by a forgotten genius. And then there are those who think the story is even stranger than that. The most accepted theory is that the mechanism was created by Greek engineers during the Hellenistic period, possibly influenced by Archimedes or Hipparchus, two of the greatest minds of the time. But if the Greeks had this level of engineering skill, why don't we see more devices like it in history? Some believe that other mechanisms did exist, but were lost when the great libraries of antiquity, like the Library of Alexandria, were destroyed. Without written records, the knowledge of such machines could have disappeared completely. Others argue that the mechanism wasn't originally Greek at all. Some researchers suggest it may have been inspired by even older civilizations, possibly the Babylonians or Egyptians, who also had advanced knowledge of astronomy. Another theory is that the Antikythera mechanism was a one-time invention, created by a single workshop or an individual genius. If true, this would explain why no other similar devices have been found. It could have been too complex and expensive to reproduce, or the knowledge to build it may have died with its creator. But there's another possibility. Some believe that the Antikythera mechanism could be evidence of a lost technological age, a period in history where humans had knowledge far beyond what we assume, only for it to be erased by war, natural disasters, or time itself. The Antikythera mechanism is more than just an ancient artifact. It is proof that history is full of surprises. This device was built over 2,000 years ago, yet it wouldn't be matched in complexity until the development of modern clocks in the 14th century. Its discovery has forced historians to rethink the technological capabilities of the ancient world. If the Greeks could create something this advanced, what else did they know? Today, the Antikythera mechanism continues to inspire scientists, engineers, and researchers. It has influenced modern astronomy, mechanical design, and even the way we think about early civilizations. But perhaps the biggest mystery of all is whether this was truly the only device of its kind. Could there be more undiscovered inventions buried beneath the ocean, waiting to change our understanding of history once again? Maybe, just maybe. The past is more advanced than we ever imagined.